Hi, my name is Sister Pat Dotsauer, and like many Sisters of Charity, I've been coming here for many years to volunteer and for my own vacations. And more recently, I had the privilege of coming here in 2010 to work here with Sister Mary Morley. And now in 2024, I am the administrator here. And it is a joy to celebrate with everyone our 65th anniversary. It is the most beautiful place in the world. And I always tell people, as we sit on the dock of the bay, that if heaven doesn't look like this, I'm not going. Thank you.
There is everything to love about Maris Stella and Harvey Cedars. And I'll go back to 1965 when we were very early environmentalists, when we planted truckloads of seagrass on the dunes on the ocean side to preserve the shoreline. And we did it in our bathing suits, which at the time was quite revolutionary.
I have a great story about Maris Stella. I came upon Maris Stella later when regulations were changed and times were different, and I did a lot of preparing of retreats and things that happened here at Maris Stella for many, many years, including my own retreat time here every year in the fall. But the one memory that is really significant for me was when we got a rowboat, and the sisters were very excited about going out for a ride in the rowboat, and very few of us were able to row. And so we put a few of the sisters, one Leo Veronica in particular, in the rowboat, and off we went for a row. And Leah was very thrilled at the fact that Jackie Belasia and I could row the boat, but too bad she didn't notice the white caps that were forming over the side of the boat when we were driving, and we could not get back in. So we rowed and rowed and rowed and went further and further away from the shoreline, only to find ourselves way down further into Harvey Cedars toward Loveladies, when somebody on the local landscape rescued us and helped us drag in from the terrible waters here at Maris Stella.
One of the best parts about all of this is watching the transgressions here from the early 60s when life was very restricted for us here and gradually became more free. And now we are really able to fully appreciate the beauty and peace of this place as we all keep coming back year after year and looking forward to it as never before.
And I would agree with Ellen. The changes over the years have not changed the place in terms of the beauty of it and the access to the bay and the beach, but how we're able to enjoy it and able now to come with family and friends and to spend the time in this wonderful place of nature.
I also want to add about Sister Jude Carmel. I think many people will remember Sister Jude Carmel, who introduced lots of us to bluefish.
Right.
We used to have bluefish dinner with stuffing almost regularly, at least one time in the early years of our presence here in Maris Stella, and we loved that, learning new kinds of foods to eat.
And I remember the bakery deliveries with Jude for breakfast. And that was always a big thing. You had to leave Mass to come over to make sure breakfast was ready for the group that was here. And the other thing that I remember is what we now call Nevin and Macaulay was called St. Elizabeth's, and it was one huge space with cots, beds, single beds, I guess, and a little night table. And that's where you lived for 10 days. And it was quite an experience.
Because in the early days, for those of us who were younger then, it was really not a vacation. It was a change of occupation. So we were here to wait on tables, clean the bathrooms, and do other things. And if we were lucky, we got to see the sunset.
And I'll add a last thought. Bluefish was never part of my experience here.
And you're probably happy about that.
Anyway, it's a perfectly beautiful place to laugh, to relax, to get rejuvenated, to go back to all the good things that we are all doing and trying to spend our lives on all the time.
So we're grateful to Mother Ellen,
Yes.
Marie Macaulay, and all her leadership group for having the foresight to provide a vacation spot, which has now transformed into something much more.
Amen.
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 Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sister Ellen Clifford, and I've been privileged to come to this beautiful spot of Maris Stella for the past 65 years. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I come across that causeway and leave all my cares behind and just enjoy the beauty of this place where our sisters have maintained it for all of these years and welcomed everybody with open arms.
My name is Mary Morley, and I've been asked to say a few words about Maris Stella. In 1959, I was a very young sister when the congregation purchased the property here in Harvey Cedars, and we opened Maris Stella as our vacation home. Needless to say, we were so excited because during the summer, we really were not allowed to go to the beach anyplace else. So when this opened, we got all our friends together, we came down, and we were allowed to stay for 10 days. In those days, everything was dormitory style. You had a private room with 50 roommates, but we had lots of fun. Those were also the days when we had the bulkhead on the ocean side, and the houses where we ate our meals was located on the ocean side. So every morning we would pack up, go to Mass, go down to the beach, set up our cabana, and then spend the day there and have all our meals here at Maris Stella. And then even in the evening after supper, that's where we went, down on the beach if it was okay, if it was low tide. When it was high tide, we had to sit up on the bulkhead and just watch the ocean. I have spent every summer here since 1959. So this is my 65th summer. Most of it as vacationer, but 14 of them as the administrator. And every moment that I have been here has been a gift. It's a wonderful place, serene, God's creation is all around us, and the people that we meet are just wonderful. So we're so happy that we have the opportunity to offer the hospitality and friendship to so many people that we've met through the years. Our Sunday masses are always crowded, and we have a whole summer community here that is just wonderfully supportive of the Sisters of Charity, and may they continue to do that for many more years. Thank you.
My name is Joan Repka, and I've been coming to Maris Stella since 1967, end of my postulant year, when we came here to help clean up and open up the facility for the vacationers. My next year, or 2 years after that, I came down as part of the cleaning crew and the food crew, where we volunteered for a week to serve meals, cook the meals, and help keep the facility in shape for all those who were on vacation. I've been happy to see all of the changes that have happened here throughout the years, going from all the dorm living that we lived, where you were assigned to a building and a room with a bed, Holy Family room 2, bed A. And then when the facility changed, so we could come and do our own cooking and create our own schedule, life became much more relaxing and less institutional. It also allowed us to interact with so many of the people on the island. I don't think I saw Fantasy Island or that end of the island until after being here 10 years, when we finally were allowed to travel on the island and go to different places, not be so tied in to being only on these grounds. Maris Stella has morphed into such a welcoming place, both for our families, for other communities, for the people on the island. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. My most favorite time here, however, is not the summer. My most favorite time here is in the fall and in the winter, when it's so quiet and pristine, and you can really commune with God and commune with nature, and just really spend a relaxing time. So long live Maris Stella, long live the Sisters of Charity. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jolynn Ryan Krimpecki. I'm very happy to be here at Maris Stella in Harvey Cedars. This has really been a place of refuge for me for many, many years. The first time I came, it was 1966. I've been here on and off in many capacities, as a volunteer, as a vacationer, as a retreatant, as a retreat director. And each time I found here something really special, something that is holy and fun, something that is prayerful and joyful. I'm very grateful for this place, and to God who provides it, and especially to the Sisters of Charity of St. Elizabeth, who have lovingly cared for it all these years.
Hi, I'm Sister Jacqueline Belasia, and I've been coming to Maris Stella for decades. It is my favorite place in the world. I love to come here and rest and pray and go out in the kayak or the stand-up paddleboard and just have peace and quiet. I also bring our students here every year for a weekend retreat, and they love this place, and I'm hoping some of them will come and enter our community, because I always say to them, someday, girls, this could be all yours.
Hello, I'm Sister Margaret Tierney, and I'm here in Maris Stella. I love the shore, the ocean, the sand, the sea, and I enjoy being here in God's country.
I come to you from the shores of Maris Stella. This is a place that God has given us for peace, calmness, and prayer. As Jesus says to everybody, come and see, you'll love it.
I'm Sister Pat Beaumont, and I've been coming to Harvey Cedars for my vacations, my retreats, and also to work here as a worker several summers. They've asked me for some stories from the past, and one popped into my head right away. When we were young and we came down here when it was rainy, but there was nothing to do. We couldn't go out on any place but stay on the grounds. So it was raining heavily and we were kind of moping around, and in comes Sister Gabriel Trays, and she had a couple of boxes of those nice honey buns from Surf City Bakery, and she made our day.
Okay, my name is Sister Betty Holler, also known as Noel to many people. I've had so many, I think I've been here for 65 years. I don't think I missed a day, a year. And my family, many of them are deceased now. They loved it. And they would say to me after I would come home, did you stay in our house? We always stayed in Holy Family, and they enjoyed that. But in the early days of coming down here, we all had charges, and when I was with my friends, we had to help one another with. So sometimes we spent the whole day doing charges and not vacation, but we loved it anyway. It's a wonderful place, and we're so blessed to have Maris Stella. Thank you.